What's up everyone, it's Yambors. New video. What I'm doing with the hands, like this is a little bit weird. Anyway, it's kind of my staging, and this video is about a staging masterclass of Red Sebastian, Strobe Lights, and the breakdown of the whole staging. It will be separated into two parts. First, we'll be talking about the staging itself, what worked, what didn't work, because in this staging there are some very amazing elements which are really on point, super hidden details which works perfectly, and whoever was thinking about them, like, big heads up or hands down, doesn't matter. But also some moments where you say like, but why didn't you continue into the same rhythm? And then in the second part I will also tell you more about why it failed, and this part will be only for members. It is what it is. I want to make some exclusive content, and this is what I will do. The first part anyway will consist of us watching the whole performance together. Maybe I will need to make it faster, or skip it almost or something because of the copyright. The second part of the first part, this is complicated, and this part will be completely filled. Of course the members will receive complete package. So if you want to support this channel, become members. Of course it will also help me and also this channel to grow. Also, I believe that you can learn a lot of things from a professional perspective, not from fun perspective, but from professional, which it's a lot of different. I don't have this kind of crazy sentiment towards the contest, and I'm trying to be very pragmatical, because if I'm not at my work, if I'm very naive at my work, I will fail. So I need to give you a little bit different tone. Anyway, first part is about to start, so if you're ready, fasten your seatbelts and let's do this. Which this staging doesn't support very well. It doesn't really look good. It at least cascaded somehow, not the same, but how they put it as a one big, basically a ceiling down. It didn't really work well, because it's visually unpleasant for your eyes. Even if you say like cool or something, it's there are some aesthetical rules which if you break the wrong way, they will somehow destroy your brain. This is like a geometry which is extremely important. Anyway, in this staging were some very nice elements, some things which didn't work as a whole together. This is for the staging. Now, this is not a critique of the staging in the way I like it or not. It's more about to tell you how to map exact elements the proper way can make a difference. Of course, there are many other things in the staging. The styling, not good. Yes, it's disturbing somehow. So all of those little decisions didn't really help Red Sebastian to go through also with the singing. But this is for the second part, where I will be talking a little bit deeper, because now I really would like to talk about the staging. So first we start with the shot of this. First mistake they did, they open him, and after him a little bit later they open the song. So it should be, if they do it at the same moment, like, and now he's red and he starts singing better, but they do it before. Instead of, if this shadow goes casted and they use this sound in it, like if they use this sound and open him, that would be effective. This is weird because there is this moment of nothing, and it already feels a little bit non-confident. Also, if you look into his eyes, this is of course, artist is the huge part of the staging, right? So this is a very huge mistake also, because the first second is not good. Then you can hear this helicopter, but they are not supporting it anyhow, the helicopter moment, which they should somehow make it in the background, something is going, some not black lights, but the light or black elements or shadows, But they reactively didn't, so it at least light his face. This is nice, but still there is a helicopter behind. Nothing. A huge shot, but this is nice. And stop. But in this moment, they should, like he did do the gesture. Of course, they put him on complete edge of the picture. Now, this element, like when he's doing a stop, it's a nice stop motion, but at this moment, the lights should really stop, like stop and be dark. Faster a little bit. Then a little bit faster. Maybe I'm too nitpicking, yes, but I just want to tell you that in here, in the staging, every single mapping, maybe he was a little bit like half a second forward to it. It feels like, or the lights programmed are half a second later than there should be almost all the time, unless those very fast moments where you really cannot tell the difference that much. But I'm extremely sensitive on it. So you can see this. Nice. And now they did a mistake in this. Again, those are not mistakes in the way of being mistakes. It's a mistake like when you do a staging, you have only 3 minutes. You want to make people to vote for you. You must do everything pinpointed because you're feeding their brains. Even though they're not really doing this as what I'm doing, that breaking it down and looking at every element like I'm always doing. I don't even know if I can really enjoy it normally. I think I do, but I cannot unsee things, you know. And the issue is that you cannot also unsee things. The thing is that you just don't know how to describe them, or you don't know, you're not sure, but your brain is sure. Your brain looks like a computer in this. The only thing is how you can really decipher those impulses, and if the brain is receiving good impulses, perfect impulses, it's in. If not, there is a doubt or something is not working. You just don't know what. And I'm telling you that this is exactly the light setup. So the beat is doing this. So you need the lights, especially when they are using it as a main element in here to support the song. That should do the. They should do also those middle steps. It should break the way, but it does. It more like goes like a cascade. It's always catch the rhythm, lose it, catch it, lose it, catch it. But you need to support every single heartbeat in it. Otherwise, it makes a little bit no sense, even though it's fast paced. Now, see, it's like every second one. And for example, in this shot, it works perfectly because you don't see this cascade falling. So you see only the light. But in the wide shot, you see light. And this doesn't work with the brain because if you use light as an embodiment of the music, of the sound or specific sound, you need to use it this way. You cannot use it for two purposes. It must be on point. Like in here, for example, this shot is not that good because you can see him, but also your eyes. The brightest point, it's not him, it's some kind of fans over there for some reason, because of the spotlight is getting there. This is, again, you probably wouldn't ever see it normally, but your eye see two things immediately. And of course you're directly pointing on the center on Red Sebastian, red color, but the white, it's getting, again, it's another little mistake, little fragment which knocks your brain off. Maybe not you personally, but your brain notice it, and then the information is like, I like it, but something, right? Okay, we have also those eyes. We have so many visible elements over here. They're playing with the eyes, but they're not really making sense, kind of. Here it's a nice moment, how it blinks perfectly. Also here. But again, it's not good. Again, you can feel how the light falls into the other light. It's like a loading, like... But it should be... The sound doesn't do like... It does... There is not such a thing. This is a little detail, This is and they do that. Then they do nice effect. Also with those triangles, the movement. This is good. So when you do all of this perfectly, you need to do all of it perfectly. Otherwise, you're confusing everything. Also this choreography, but in this choreography there is, I don't like the choreography personally. I don't like the way how he moves, also the dress. But this is a subjective point a little bit. But what he does in here, I really like what they did. I will put it here. Focus on the sound. He do this, and there is this sound, and they emphasize it really. Very nice detail. And also with the edit, so your brain is satisfied. This is how you should basically do edit in combination in camera work and choreography. This is absolute. That was the really AAA game. Nice this. But you can now feel, if I put it, focus on the beat and what the lights are doing. They are definitely completely off the beat. Or they're not, but the thing is that they do like but because they again have this movement, they should just really blink, but they shouldn't move. The sound doesn't move that much. And then there is an issue that they introduce another element, which are those elevator signs or what it is in this case, but they have no satisfaction in the sound. And because your brain is already used to that, he is there as an element of singing and the light as element of movement, and camera work is a byproduct, kind of like this definitely is not about camera work, this staging, which doesn't really matter that much if they would do it properly, or the camera is really doing what they want to show on stage, but it's not based on like crazy edits or something, like for example Cyprus, where camera work is extremely essential, more essential than in here. And again, I love this moment when he catches it, when he catches the standard. There is this movement of the camera around him. He's doing the movement, contra movement, so it looks very cool. But there is also a sound in the song. And if he's doing if the movement is a little bit faster, it will be absolutely perfect. But I think it was perfect enough for a nice detail, which again takes you in. Those are the details which takes you in. For me, the question is, if you can do those things and you really think about those details, why they are not all the time there present. This is, I don't understand. Again, is the music. The guys are there. It's a nice shot. The lights are not doing what the music is doing exactly. They are doing something a little bit different, and a little bit different means something else. They do graphics nice. Now I like how they play with those little white LED lights on the sides. Again, you can see some other people there interfering, okay, but the pinpoint is clear. And this is some kind of effect they wanted to do, and I think, in my opinion, it in the whole concept of the staging, maybe it has some it may have some purpose in the song. It has maybe some purpose in the storytelling, what they think. But the problem is that it makes no sense in the staging. The staging was from the beginning a technical one, and now it's a story one. Even those guys in the background, everything, it's technicality, but this is too personal somehow. It's too concrete, and it doesn't work. Also this shot, which is sexualized, it's very hard to tell why, what is going on. It doesn't work. I like anyway, I like how it's translated off. And also this shot, it's not very pleasant. Because you see so much different things. You see the audience, but your brain can decipher. You cannot maybe, but the brain can tell you that you see the audience, which completely is not raving at all. They're look at them. The strobe light are looking at them, but they are like, yeah. But this is like, and this doesn't work. This is, again, it's like, I don't think that they were thinking about it, but it's a mistake in a way, if they would know later, right? But if you use the strobing on the audience and you make them look concrete, even though it's super fast, your brain can see it, your eyes can see it, you're only hard to decipher it for your being vocal about it, but you feel something is wrong. Again, if the guys are like, if you feel the party there, it has completely different vibe than this shot actually didn't deliver. And now from this moment, the camera work, lights, editing, they're starting to do completely random stuff. In here they're trying to nicely support the lights. You can see the 3 lights Red Sebastians prepared over there. Nice camera work. Now they are going in the rhythm, and now there is one thing what they are doing nice. Look at those lights, they are doing those shapes, very nice organic shapes. The problem is the song is technical, the frame is technical, everything is geometrical, and now you go with curves. It doesn't go together, it doesn't talk together, it doesn't fit. It does nice things with the effect with the lights. They changing white and red, white and red, white and red in the good rhythm. The thing is that because they are also moving this, the song again doesn't do in it. It doesn't fit. It's a technical. It's a sharp song. It's a sharp song. It is. You cannot use such lights. I don't know why they decided to use some softening of it when it's completely counterproductive. But in here the lights are doing what they should do. Again, but they are not doing this. The lights are completely destroying me. Because after all, you know, it's very nice the effects what are on those other Red Sebastians. This is very nice that are using those strobes, but the white, especially the white light, is taking so much attention to it. And I think, you know, I know why they choose this frame to shoot, but I think they were also extremely they use like 3-4 cameras over there, maybe not that many. I think it also limited them very much in camera angles, camera shots. So this, for example, for this camera shot, the camera should be much closer to those guys, at least zoomed in. Nice shot. The choreography, and also this I like in the choreography, the movement again is, and the guy really is doing instead of on beat, with very nice. And then this moment, I would say they should have done it better, maybe with graphics or something, or they should play with the fact that he's lit up, and then just the Red Sebastian is making them move, right? But somehow this magic doesn't really work for me. If he's matching their movement, if it's completely the same, and they are kind of getting into him as a holograms, that would be better. But then their purpose, it's not nonsensical somehow. There are some again nice movements. This is where the cascade is using very well. And now the lights, everything is random. From this shot, it doesn't match the beat. Nothing. It's not this. Like the other one is doing this deeper one, and those are going random, the other ones. And again, you can feel that those floating lights makes no sense over there for your brain. It should also dance, be crazy. I don't know why it's there. And now, you know, the song is, but there is something missing in the lights. I think one more element or something is missing to really support the beat properly, because now the song is very fast paced, but it's for 3 minutes or for 2 minutes already is doing exactly the same routines. This moment random, He's coming and they are putting those Lego lights down and basically recreating the shape to the wrong shape. The guys are running somewhere. Useless there. You know, it's like for the concept. And this doesn't work at all. This should have been shot completely faster. In here the edit is the part of edit, not only light. Because look how the shape is looking. It looks somehow very claustrophobic with the lights down. It's too down, the lights. It doesn't recreate the shape very well. And now I think this is a kind of a mistake also. That they played with those 3 Red Sebastians and they put them in the corner somewhere. Okay, we don't know what to do with them, so let them dance there. We won't use them. But like they should do like, okay, take them completely off or dance with him there or something. Or do the effect like one will vanish into the floor, two will vanish into those frames, and then they became full hole behind him. It would make sense, but in here, in this shot, you see all those mistakes. First of all, they are using this red and white and blue also for some reason effects. Okay, never really works together, those colors in this moment, especially when they are narrowing it down. It's hard to see what's going on. Of course, in the tempo, now I'm stopping it, but this stopping actually makes sense for you to, your brain is reading all those frames together. It's putting them together. And in here, you can also see that this is kind of is this weird emptiness what it creates. Narrowness doesn't really work. And of course the last shot, you know, every single detail is important. You can now see the makeup and everything. He was all the time cool and he lost it. You should be there in the role. Anyway, this staging had some very nice unique moments when how they play with the sound, with the movement in the choreography and the camera work. On the other, they used it had an idea kind of, but I think they went halfway somewhere. It doesn't tell you anything. It's a pure design. The lights are doing something a little bit different than the music. Something what doesn't really colorate with the music. They use the red on red. Why not? And in here you can see it works. Red and black, red and black, red and black. Whenever they put white there, it feels wrong. It doesn't work. Those two colors doesn't really work together in such a technical setup, you know. Be dark, but don't be white. It doesn't fit him also. It makes no sense with the red. This is a mistake. This is a similar mistake what Czechia did in a different way, but it's a mistake, especially here where you have black, white and red. Those 3 colors like this don't really work together. I don't understand why. Choose 2, red and black, white and red, but more likely black and red, because also they are black and red. Also would be a little bit nicer they choose the same color, in my opinion, for him to be very sure that it's kind of him, and they play with it a little bit more, you know. If they're already there, play with it, play together with it, make a story. If you already introduce a story, finish the story. But this staging says unfinished business. Some nice ideas, but there is no kind of connecting purpose for them there, or it's not very clear. And if it's not clear, it was a nice idea, but it didn't work. Again, as Franz needed to show you our hourglass to even for you to understand it's hourglass, and it anyway didn't work. This didn't show you anything and also doesn't work. So many little ideas, no really connector. And because of those lights weren't doing the right things, or the right visualization of the music, basically, they didn't help it. Otherwise, I would say so many nice other things. Nice editing, I would say nice camera work also, but if you break it down, you understand why some things didn't work. And because this is the members section starting, this is all from me from now for all of you who are not members, and I will continue why this failed. So see you there, see you in the member section, and for all of you members, welcome. For the rest of you, bye.